Hey, it's Joe on the radio, 727. Lynne Patton is HUD, the Regional Director of New York and New Jersey. A great gal, kind enough to join us this early in the morning. Lynne, welcome back to the show. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Well, I am just so impressed, first of all, that you really just have moved into NYCHA housing. Number one, I want to get to that immediately, Lynne, but I want to thank you for bringing Dr. Ben Carson to the airwaves. That was a great chat with a great man, and so thank you for...
He had a fantastic time.
Yeah, it was, and I didn't know. He told me he's very close with Mike Lindell, that he and Mike Lindell play pool together, which was great. I didn't even know.
They do all the time, more than once, and I was actually just laughing listening to your commercial, and the entire borough of Staten Island uses my pillows. I use them too, so I think that's fantastic.
And the president himself, Lynne, tell us when and I can't tell you, when my mission the last 25 years is helping at-risk communities, at-risk children, at-risk youth, and you're right in the heart of it, and I love that. The President of the United States calls you, Lynne, very upset about NYCHA. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, and the first thing I want to do is clarify, he saw me on, I believe, probably Fox and Friends last Thursday, on Valentine's Day, and immediately called Secretary Carson. So he called Secretary Carson and said that he was outraged by the conditions and also the fact that HUD gives about $30 million a week to NYCHA for repairs alone. That does not include money for other programs. That's strictly for repairs and operations. So he wants to make sure that the taxpayer money is being spent efficiently and effectively. So he wants to have a future conversation with both myself and Secretary Carson about what the monitor plans to do in terms of making sure that repairs are finally done for elevators, pest, lead, heat, and mold, and also that every single taxpayer dollar is wisely spent as opposed to, the way it's been for the last couple of years. Everybody always complains about funding. You can throw money at a problem all day long, but if it's mismanaged, if there's a culture of cutting corners, if there's a culture of deception, which we now know to be true here, none of that, all the money in the world is not going to fix the problem. So we need to really get to the crux of it, and that's what I'm trying to do by living here because, look, I want to say from the outset, you don't have to live in NYCHA to fix NYCHA. I've been touring these units for 2 years now. I've been engaging with NYCHA residents for 2 years. I know the conditions here were horrible before I moved in. I know they will be horrible when I move out. But now more than ever, to have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, front row when the monitor is coming is completely invaluable. I will be relaying all of my findings, data, information. And by the way, I'm not just talking to the residents. I'm also talking to the NYCHA staffers, to the maintenance folks, to the site managers. I sit with them off camera once a week at each property to figure out, what do you need to better serve the residents?
Yeah.
What can I give you right now that would help you better serve the residents? Because at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to.
Lynne, are you in the Frederick Douglass houses as we speak in the Upper West Side?
I am. I am.
You're coming to Jersey too, girl. You got to go to Jersey. I know you because you're in charge of Jersey. We would love to have you over there. I mean,
I actually just saw an article last night that disturbed me greatly about a property in Camden. I sent it to my team to have them look into this morning. Trash is piling up and over 31 dumpsters down there. And I'd like to either speak to the owner or to, the mayor down there, who I'm good friends with, to figure out what's going on at that property.
God bless you for doing that. Lynne Patton with Piscopo in the morning, doing such a great job moving into NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority, helping out the community so needed within the Trump administration. Can you just get private? Can you just have, how Donald Trump always would fix things like the Wallman rink, and he would always just come in, the citizen Trump.
I know.
And how about
John?
Exactly. And John Katzmatidis on our program, AM 970, John is always helping out. I wonder if we just reach out to the private sector to help out the NYCHA problems, Lynne Patton?
I actually look forward to having a private conversation with John about some of the food deserts that NYCHA has out in Brooklyn, out in Queens.
Yeah.
Those are things I definitely want to talk to him about. And I look forward to, obviously, the conversation that I plan to have with the president about the conditions of NYCHA as well. Look, they're New Yorkers first and foremost, both of them. And it pains them greatly to see their fellow New Yorkers suffering like this. But on a positive note, one thing I do want to say is that this week is the Black History Month celebration on Thursday at the White House. And I look forward to bringing my host, Carmen Quinones, down there with me. And hopefully she will be meeting the president on Thursday. So that should be really exciting.
And tell us before we let you go, Lynn, the problems that you're seeing within the NYCHA housing throughout the city and in New Jersey. I mean, there's leaks. Leaks begat black mold. There's black mold. There's lead. I've seen cockroaches. I've seen, evidently, the place I'm staying in now is overrun by rats at night. That's something I probably will encounter in the next 5 days. You really can't fix that overnight. Like at Patterson, NYCHA's kind of descended and doing a lot of cursory cosmetic repairs right now, polishing floors, painting hallways. I anticipate that. But look, at the end of the day, if that's something that this building needs, I'm glad they're getting it. But is that going to bring about permanent change? No. And permanent change isn't going to happen overnight. But I can't wait till next week when the monitor is announced and we can begin going over the systematic failures that I've seen firsthand. Yeah, Lynn, you're doing a great job. And you're working with Mayor de Blasio and Governor Cuomo, dare I ask?
Look, I don't have anything against the mayor. He obviously had my position at one point. We have to work together. It's the only way it's going to be fixed. I wish Governor Cuomo would contribute more money and visit more often, but I'm not going to decry the $500 million that the state did give one time. But you know what? This needs Trinity support and Trinity funding from all levels of government to truly turn itself around.
And the president is getting personally involved, you're telling us.
Personally involved.
Listen, Lynn, you're doing a great job. I'm telling you, as a guy, as a spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Jersey, and Carol Alt's with us. She helps out. Our mission is always to help out those less fortunate, those in tough situations. I just love what you're doing. You are sending such
Thank you.
Lynn, you're doing such
And look.
Huh? Go ahead, yeah.
For the detractors, for the folks who said, my move-in wasn't going to accomplish anything that I couldn't accomplish, without moving in, I would have to say that a call from a sitting president for the first time ever, Democrat or Republican, specifically to discuss the conditions at NYCHA is a huge accomplishment.
Exactly. Lynn, keep up the great work. By the way, if you need anything in Jersey, I'm there for you, okay? Keep us posted.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Talk to you later.
Godspeed,
Bye-bye.
Lynn. Great job. Lynne Patton right there, moving into NYCHA.